was it was a bit of a shock to me, because thinking back to our initial conversation and the disbelief from my end and needing the persuasion from my man right here, my total result was £34 loss. So from 252 to 218, which, like I say, I surprised myself, and yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon, ecstatic with it.
The fact that you had, I mean, your life's busy. The stag, literally in the first couple of weeks, business lunches, all these things. You probably had a busier 12 weeks in terms of social events than nearly everyone else in the program. Yet you got one of the best results because you learned the skills. And I will say, we want to be able to try and lose weight when you're at your worst, because then when you've got a free run, it makes it really easy. So, like you said, you learn the lessons. You realize that despite all those social events and holidays and booze and food, which we can't avoid, and no one's told to avoid them, but when you can navigate them, when you've got a plan and a system that works every time, you realize you can still have a life and get the results you want, don't you? You know?
Yeah, that's 100% true for me. And as I say, reflecting back on the 12 weeks and reflecting back to our original conversation, I had a number of calls with a number of different people, and I think what was most attractive about you and your program was the way you broke it down for me. I think I remember saying at the time, Gav, you tell me I go and eat chicken and broccoli every day. You can tell me to run 5 marathons a week. This ain't gonna happen, mate. I'm gonna last 3 days and then we'll shake hands and that'll be it.
Yeah.
But you gave me the skills to go, Luke, you got a Christmas party, you want to have a beer, go and have a beer. You want to do this, you want to go for an Indian with the boys after golf, you can go and do that. But let's just work it into the program. Let's look at your choices when you are in them environments. Make the right choices. So for the first time in my life, and I've tried to lose weight for 25 years, first time in my life, I lost weight without missing out. And that for me was the game changer, complete game changer. And now moving forward after my 12 weeks, going into the next phase, I now know that I can do this for as long as I choose to do it for the rest of my life, I believe.
How were you feeling in terms of your own body and confidence at 250 pounds as opposed to how you feel now? I know there's been some changes, hasn't there?
Yeah, I had some health issues, which was one of the main reasons for me sort of looking to lose the weight. And yeah, like you touched on, it was just uncomfortable. The work clothes kept going up in size, the shirt sizes kept going up, the jean sizes kept going up, the feeling of the uncomfortableness, that word,
Yeah.
just become a little bit sort of a bit out of hand. I was sort of always carrying a bit. I was always around about the 17 stone mark, between 16 and a half and 17, bit overweight. But I could sort of live with it. And then all of a sudden, it's like over the year, maybe since COVID, crept into that early 18s. And that was when I felt really unhealthy. I didn't feel myself, lack of confidence, and just it was going the wrong way. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I think for me, like I say, there was a number of things that really helped keep me motivated. You being one, the weekly coaching calls being the other. But on top of that, from a day-to-day basis, was the WhatsApp group. Like-minded people, similar individuals, similar ages, different weights, but similar weights. And knowing that there was people there that were ahead of me when I joined, a few weeks ahead of me. And then there was people obviously joining when I was a few weeks ahead of them. And everyone goes through the similar process. So there was no daft questions because everyone had experienced it at that moment in time. And, it was a great group to give you that motivation, but also to make you realize that you're not on this journey, you're on your own. You've got other people that have done it before you or are doing it, done it before you, and then the people doing it after you. And everyone's going through the same emotions, the same physical feelings, the same anxieties and everything else. And everyone's talking about it. And that was another big game changer for me.